Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to the Secret of Monkey Island 2. Let's continue. So I spent about 20 minutes polishing this leg and got up to 665 pieces of 8, and it still works. So I'm assuming
here's a piece of 8 for your trouble.
Either at this point we have just... you can just constantly do it until you get up to potentially maybe 5,999. That way, so you couldn't get to 6,000 and charter the glass bottom ship of Kate's. Or maybe if you just were going to spend the hours and hours, you might be able to do that. There seems to be no real limit on the number of uses on the wood polish, and since we know that at some point the amount of money becomes 6,000, we know this isn't like an 8-bit number that would roll over, like, because then it would be 256 would be, well, 255 would be the maximum number of gold pieces of 8 if it was an 8-bit number. If it's a 16-bit number, then the number is going to be thousands and thousands of well, I think it's somewhere around like 32 million. No, it would be 65,550 and 25 would be a 16-bit number as the maximum. And so that would probably be my guess, is if there is no hard limit here, if you just program the computer to polish this leg forever, it would probably get up to 65,525, then roll over back to 0 when it got one more, or crash the game, whichever, however it's programmed. Unless, of course, there is a 5,999 pieces of 8 limit. Either way, there's nothing more I can do here. And so I've ended up with a random number of pieces of 8. Now, we'll do it one more time. We'll get off the mark of the beast.
Thanks. Here's a piece of 8 for your trouble.
So now nobody can accuse me of being demonic.
I think this may be.
And this is the same commentary. We need to check this out over here just to see if there's any commentary over here. I bet there isn't. I suppose we could pick up the cheese squiggles and go over here. So that kind of blows the concept of having the maximum amount of gold. Like, now it really is, am I going to have a gold above some kind of limit that maybe at some point would have triggered a different ending? And I don't think any of that's actually the case. I also wanted to see if there was a possibility, if I use the wood polish on the chair.
I don't want to polish that.
Or the wood polish on the workbench.
I don't want to polish that.
Or the wood polish on the stove.
I don't want to polish that.
Or the wood polish on the peg leg.
I don't want to polish that.
So there's nothing there. So the only thing we really got on this island is
I don't want to polish that.
Is the green spit, which is kind of fine by me. We could sit down on this log and see if this triggers any developer commentary.
Hey. My name's Ron Gilbert.
Nope.
Well, I'll see you salty dogs later.
It's the same
That reminds me,
developer
do we
commentary.
have any weenies left?
So unless there's some action that would trigger a different developer's commentary through having them sing songs or something, I think we're done. You can't go to the peninsula. We could go to the swamp and see if this triggers anything. See, it's not even really worth our time to use the
I
coffin.
don't want to pull it out of the water. It might be covered with jellyfish and swampy parasites.
It's not really even worth our time to go over here to end up back here. If I was truly trying to speedrun and save things, I would probably just save the game standing outside of the boat. Come over here, realize that there's, confirm there's nothing as far as developers commentary that's going to unlock, and then leave
Back again, Mr. Threepwood.
by reloading the game.
Well, that's enough voodoo for me. Bye.
So be it.
But I won't do that because I didn't prepare enough to do that. Even in just trying to have the developer commentary listen to, the game is finding a lot of ways to interject a lot of waste of time elements. In a weird way, I think it would have been better if the game just took control and had a demo mode with the developer's commentary, so that you don't even play, you just watch. And we'll go back to the graves over here and see if there's anything here, and then we're back to the boat, and then off to Booty Island. And there's nothing here. It's kind of a long journey. If you, from this point, the zoomed in point to this, you're walking a pretty long distance. Alright, back to Dredge's ship. I only picked up one item.
Where'd you want to go?
Captain Dread.
And I cannot get...
We can't go there, man. That's the forbidden triangle.
I can't ever get that line of dialogue to play. So we're going to Booty Island this time. Skip. No developer commentary here. So we start here with this. We buy the Beware Pirates.
I'd like to buy this sign.
Sorry, that sign's not for sale. That'll be 5 pieces of 8.
Okay, I'll take it.
So I want to see how
Thank
much
you.
all of this cost me in total, because I earned probably more than that. I know I got at least 66 pieces of 8.
I'd like to buy this well-polished old saw.
Excellent choice. That'll be 25 pieces of 8.
So we're up to 30.
Okay, I'll take it. Thank you.
And let's go ahead and put this on the hook.
I'd like to buy this ship's horn.
Alrighty. That'll be 40 pieces of 8.
So that's 70 pieces of 8.
Okay, I'll take it.
Which
Let me
I
get you one from
potentially
Overstock.
did earn in 20
Here you
minutes.
go.
Thank
If I
you.
didn't, I don't care.
I'd like to buy this mirror.
And I'd like to sell it to you. That'll be 15 pieces of 8.
So 85
Okay,
pieces
I'll take
of
it.
8.
Thank you.
And bosun's wheel we didn't buy. Vase. Is there anything else here?
I'd like to buy this map piece.
That's 6 million pieces of 8. Do you want it?
Well, I can't afford that much.
So 6
Too
million
bad.
would be over a 16-bit number of 65,525. So then you're either talking a 32-bit or an oddly shaped integer in programming.
Do you take credit?
Yeah, like you have one.
What kind of trade-ins do you accept?
I'll take most old swords.
What would you trade for the map piece?
There was a certain ship that sunk, and I'd really like the figurehead.
Can you tell me about the ship with the figurehead?
The ship was a huge galleon named the Mad Monkey.
I have to go now.
So I bought everything, and it felt like 105 pieces of gold were spent. And see, this leaves me at 82 pieces of 8. Which I don't understand. Maybe I am losing 20 gold every time I use the ship, or maybe not. There's really no reason to even talk to this guy. Let's see, no developer's commentary here. Show the invitation to the shopkeeper and solve an incredibly difficult puzzle just because it's not logical to me.
You have a costume on reserve.
We'll skip this. And no commentary here either. Man, even the creators of the game don't seem to know.
Cruises. Glass bottom boat. Cruises.
Could I have one of those leaflets?
Yeah, okay. Like to charter a ship? I do weddings, funerals, bar mitzvahs, you name it.
Let's see.
I just remembered I'm late for a party.
You and everybody else on this island. If you need a ship, you know where to find me. Sunken galleons. Last day before I leave for Fat Island. Glass bottom boat.
And I suppose...
Okay, now, who's gonna be next?
I should go in the stands.
Last day
just
before
to
I
see
leave
if
for
there's
Fat
any
Island.
commentary here.
Stand. Look, we took the costume from the original game and painted it black.
Yep.
Same animation.
It's that cost savings we had to do.
The pattern that moves with the coat was like something that we did on the 2D games to save ourselves a lot of effort, but as soon as they started making them in 3D, then it became really hard.
Right.
Wait, how do we replicate that effect?
Premature burial, you know.
You know what's weird
sort of
here
thing.
is the way they just said as soon as they started making them 3D, it's like they were working for LucasArts, so somebody just kind of took the rug out from under them and they didn't have any authority. And I guess in general, even if you're working for a division of George Lucas's company, there's still probably a lot of people above you that are in charge.
I gotta go. See you later.
Here, take this complimentary hanky. Just my way of saying, I care.
Cruises.
It's
So,
a great day for
glad
spitting.
for Dev,
I love any game that has a
Dev
spitting
commentary.
contest.
Look at this juicy crowd. Step up to the
Look at that picture of the spit of the little banner with the spitting mouth. Ugh.
valuable prizes.
What a gross game.
Even a child can do
Who
it.
came up with the spitting contest?
Man, they didn't do editing here.
No one wants to own the spitting contest.
Anybody
No
know?
one's like, that's my baby.
I think you programmed it.
Nope. Well, yeah, I did. I did the programming of it
Programming.
because it was really
I like-
challenging, and Week always gave me the.
I like the methods that you used to win though, which is cheat,
Yeah.
cheat, and cheat again, basically.
It's your standard
It's a
Guybrush
lesson.
adventure game.
Our games are forming the morals of the youth of today.
Well, it's a game about pirates.
It's a social
You can't
one.
teach positive moral values in a game about pirates. Pirates, what do? They steal. They pillage. We're just lucky they left out the third one.
Did I hear somebody swallow?
You know, I did all those adventure games for kids at Humongous Entertainment. We really had to come up with very contrived reasons why you weren't just stealing everything that you had to pick up.
I remember having to write a lot of lines for Pajama Sam about that, and my take was always, "Oh, I found this. I better try and find the owner and give it back." You know, it's always sort of carrying around all these things that we're gonna go back to somebody.
Yeah. Or
Or
I don't
if the
think
person
you
was
will
there, he
mind
would
if
always
I
ask
take
to borrow
this.
it. Yeah, could I borrow that?
Because adventure games just do not teach children good habits. at all.
I have a lot of the
Playing them
Pajama
can teach
Sam
you valuable
games, the
things like
humongous games. I think I have almost all of them.
English,
Stealing,
pointing, clicking,
spitting,
but
saving often.
they're going to be hard to play when I get around to them.
What was
See, the
that?
audio commentary
Did I
just
hear
kind of
somebody
ends
swallow?
quickly there,
What a
and
waste.
then they didn't edit some of the
Prove to me
breaks.
that you guys are at least as fun as a pack of llamas.
Right.
It's a great day for spitting. Just look at this juicy crowd.
And he always picks them up in a different order.
False alarm. As I was saying, you think spitting is gross? I'll tell you what's gross. Swallowing that stuff is gross.
Boy, this stuff makes my spit thick.
Even a child can do it.
Let's do it.
I'll give it a try.
A volunteer! All right, settle down, folks. This kid looks like a serious contender.
You show him, dribble boy.
Woo! Let's go!
Let's go!
Spit!
So we're waiting for the wind now. Watch her
Come
slash.
on!
He's cleared first place. That was truly awesome.
And you only get prize from
Sports
first
fans,
place, so
we've seen something
it's not
incredible
like you
here
get
today.
more gold.
Let me congratulate you and give you this fine commemorative plaque.
Just go ahead and skip that.
What was that? Did I hear somebody swallow? What a waste.
And we'll come out of this
Valuable
area.
prizes.
And let's see, we are here. We can go to the cliff, see if there's any dev commentary. Like a really underused section of the game. Super underused. We'll go over to the big tree and just see if there's anything there. And on the way back we'll sell the spitting plaque for 6,000 gold. And yep, no dev commentary here. Then we'll use the glass bottom boat charter as it is. And since we already have the books and know everything we need to know. Of course, we still have a lot of work we need to do. No commentary about this section at all.
Pirate LeChuck! Is there
Interesting.
something I can help you with?
I'm here for the governor's party.
You mean Governor Marley's Mardi Gras fish fry?
I've got my invitation right here.
Well, what do you know? You do have an invitation. Do you have a costume?
I have my costume right here.
Better put it on.
Well, if you insist, but you'll have to try to restrain yourself.
So the pants falling down
No, not
and
here.
the getting
Go
undressed
in the
joke.
bushes or something. Jeez. Oh, that is...
See, no developer commentary here either. Yeah, just not a lot to say, really. I wonder, since this is from LucasArts, I wonder what the developer commentary for, like, Star Wars is. I hear it's not very good. A lot of people telling George Lucas that he was perfect in every decision he made. Which certainly is no way to run a business, is surround yourself by a bunch of yes men. So here's the deal. I want this to actually work on the first try. So I'm gonna try to grab the fish.
Hey! Kitchen staff only!
Sorry.
So I'm gonna hit the garbage cans, make the noise, and then run this way.
Hey! What is on?
I worked on this part, and there was a really funny bug where you make the chef mad at you, and he chases you around harassing you. And I had a bug where I didn't get rid of the chef and make him go back to home if he left the area. So he'd follow you around the map.
Really? So I have to come back and trigger the developer's commentary again. Well, that worked on the first try, but I may have messed up that.
I worked on this part, and there was a really funny bug where you make the chef mad at you, and he chases you around harassing you. And I had a bug where I didn't get rid of the chef and make him go back to home if he left the area. So he'd follow you around the map. But the thing was, we'd reuse actor numbers, and he was actor 12 or something, and that actor was like Captain Dread's ship on the map. So like Captain Dread's ship would follow you around the map, yelling, "You are just some scum!" And I don't, and just every room you went into, a different random thing would just harass you and berate you.
Why didn't we leave that in?
Use this meat cleaver in a second. This neighborhood has really gone downhill. Get a job! Why don't you go down to the dump if you like garbage cans so much? Scram!
So obviously you fix that bug eventually, but so each one of these characters, as it's programmed in the Scum engine, script creation utility for Maniac Mansion, each one of these characters potentially would be called an actor if you could interact with them in any way, and then they only had so many to save memory.
I'm gonna sweat off 20 pounds in this stupid costume.
All right, I got the first map piece.
No kidding. I forgot to put air holes in mine.
Well, what's the matter, boy? Smell something? Nice doggy.
What's the matter there, Guybrush?
I can't skip it.
Nothing a big hug wouldn't cure.
I was talking to the dog. Who are you?
I'm Governor Marley's ex-boyfriend. She's expecting me.
Sure, lover boy. I'll just take you right up to see her. But first, why don't you empty your pockets?
Try and catch me, old man.
Slapstick comedy, broken teeth.
Oh, look out for that rake. Governor, I caught one of your party guests making off with your grandfather's map.
Another would-be treasure hunter, eh? Bring him in.
Well, if she knows people are going to steal her map, why doesn't she
Guybrush.
keep it in more secure
Guybrush
place?
Threepwood?
The one and only.
And so, when you can have the dialogue with Elaine where you can either insult her, you have to grovel a bunch to win the puzzle, but they can also have the choice to insult her. And I remember we were watching, and this one woman was playing it, she couldn't figure it out, she's like, and we're like, have you tried all the dialogue? She's like, I've tried every dialogue option. And we're like, what about that one there? There's a dialogue option about, like, have you gained weight? And she's like, never say that to her. Like, that was like too. I learned a lot.
It's too far. That was the line.
Yeah, she was like, even to an imaginary video game character, I would never say, have you gained weight?
These pants make me look fat.
Thought we had an agreement.
And so, when you can.
Let's see. Is that still in here? Is we just want to grovel, so this is the right one.
Life without you is an endless nightmare.
Oh, really?
So then you have to pick this one.
You won't take me back.
These seem like they're
Just
kind of randomized.
kill me now.
You're getting warmer.
Have pity on my poor, broken soul.
Well, that's not the most stupid thing you've ever said.
Won't you at least give me a second chance?
Oh, Guybrush. I know I shouldn't
See,
have
I
anything
didn't
to
see
do
one
with
that
you,
says
but there's something
heavy
about your
games.
weakness and
Wait.
ineptitude that I find infectious.
And off it flies. The piece of the map.
So, where are all the chicks?
And so we need to run back and get the ore upstairs. But I will save that for the next recording. So we had 38% done before, overwriting again. Now we've spent, let's see, we're now at 49% and we've played for almost 2 hours. So not as quick as that speed run when just trying to skip all the dialogue. But every now and then we get something slightly interesting in the developer's commentary. Honestly, I would have preferred to have just sat back and watched this and had the game skip through major sections, just fade out and fade back in. Just make a video of the director's commentary, honestly, instead of having it show up in the game, because it's so light and unimportant as far as what they're saying. It's hard to be that interested in it. In a lot of ways, you could probably have just played the game in the remastered version with the developer's commentary the first time you've ever played, and then tried to speed run it a second time. The game doesn't really need a third time through back to back. That's it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.